All right, so part 3 of medical records courtside. So it says number 2, the DPS crime lab request. Full lab file for this case, chain of custody, intake forms, ambulance worksheet, raw data, raw files, quantitative data, control sample results, technical review notes, any retesting or reanalyzing, records, any communication involving Stephen Adam Vincent. So that's what we want from DPS. We're looking for that. So then from GPD, says evidence submission forms to DPS, properly logs for the same kit and clothing, and any reports referring DNA results. Then it says, what do you know? What you know now for sure, right? So it says the courts has given you everything it has in a sealed form. So like I said again, Steve Anna Vincent, so after anything after that, after the courts, right? So it says the courts, the DNA story lives entirely in law enforcement and DPS system. That's where we headed. It says the medical records locked the starting point of the evidence chain. It says any contradiction between what you were told in court and what DPS later generated can now be anchored to real dates. This is exactly how wrongful convictions investigations begin. You now have the collection origin. The next step is forcing disclosure of what's happened to that evidence once it left the hospital. So I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I said, I feel like a little detective, man. I'm doing the work. I got like all this stuff on the whiteboard. Man, you know what I mean? It feels good to be investigating my own case, man. That's all I could do, y'all. So I put the request in, right, for the records for DPS, and I put the request in for the records from the DA's office. Mind you, I've already did that last month. So tomorrow, which is Monday, I'm gonna call and I'm gonna see what's going on. And if they don't tell me what I want to hear, I can always file again with the Attorney General's office to figure out what's going on. We got to get those records. You know what I mean? There's no other way. Like they can't. They're public records. They're mine too. You know what I mean? So we have to get those records. Definitely be giving you guys another update. So just stay with me, man. Stay in the pocket. You know what I mean? We working towards something. And yeah, man, just keep following.